All right, guys, new week, same race Jeep. Today is March 9th, and I was supposed to have the axle finished by, well, this weekend anyway, and that didn't happen because I lost some parts. Waiting for new stuff to come in, so they should be here by Friday. So it's not looking like I'll be able to finish the axle this week. I can't finish the suspension without the axle, so I'm going to jump ahead to the wheels so we can keep moving. First race day is April 4th. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks away, so we got to get busy. All right, guys, we got a factory Jeep wheel here. It's made out of steel, obviously, if I'm going to be welding stuff to it. I got my buddy to cut these out for me on the plasma table, just some scrap materials. Stupid me, I designed the whole thing, but I designed the ring a little bit too big, so there's really not much of a gap there that I can get weld down into. So what we did was we took these things and put them on the mill and just milled out some slots. So I'll have plenty of weld penetration there, and then I can go back in there and fill out the rest of this stuff. But I'm sorry I'm not explaining this any better than I am, but I'm kind of in a hurry. I want to get this Jeep done, so I'm just going to jump right into this thing. Guys, my luck continues. I have 2 welding hoods. Both of them, the batteries are dead. One of them, I have batteries for it, and it still won't come on, so I guess it's just died. The other one, I just don't have the right batteries for it at all, so I got to keep moving forward. I'm going to come over here, and I guess I'm going to start replacing the steering on this thing with the ZJ steering that I got from that fellow the other day, and just keep moving forward, keep plugging away at it. All right, guys. Anyway, Richard's back there running the mill right now, so if you hear something in the background, that's all it is. I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, just take the steering off and replace it. I think for right now, I think I'm just gonna actually just leave it off so it's not in my way. And I'll just reinstall the steering right there at the very end. That mill sounds like it's on its last leg, don't it? Oh boy. Probably because it is. Having a little trouble getting this cotter pin out. Got a mouthful of dirt. Throw that on the floor so it'll go in somebody's tire. There we go. Throw a little light on that thing so y'all can see what's going on. 3/4 inch wrench. Okay, that's not going to work. They make a tool for that. There we are. Oh, look at there. Look how easy that was. They're usually not that easy. All right, let's get that out of the way. Out with the old. And I will be going back in with the new at a later time. All right, since I don't have my welding hood, welding is out for the day, and I've got one other thing on the list that I can do, one of the easier things, is to remove this front end sheet metal. I'm not a total barbarian. This front end is in really good condition. I've got an old pair of older style front fenders that I'm gonna put on this thing. I don't have a header panel. I thought I had one worked out with a guy that had a big old crack in it for cheap, and he just never got back with me. So I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna have to run without it, I guess. But yeah, I'm gonna save that for maybe a future project. I'm gonna get all this stuff tied up and out of the way so I can lower the Jeep down. Today is just not my day. Good grief. Mud everywhere. This is why I don't like mud. Just trying to tie this axle up out of the way. So, good Lord. Let's see if those things will hold it. They should. Yeah, good enough. Go ahead and get these bolts out while I'm down here. I don't have high hopes for these things coming out easily. Well, I'll be dog. I would have bet money them things would have broke. Wow. I'm surprised. I am really surprised those came out. Oh. Well, I guess that's as far as I can go, guys. I've got to go get batteries for my welding hood. We did put another set of batteries in my old weld hood. I think it's just dead. I think it's just not even going to work anymore. So it's been a good one, but it's time to let it go, I guess. But anyway, I've got a good one as a backup, which is great. I got all the stuff off of the front that I could. I cannot get to the 2 bolts, I think, that are inside the door jamb because I can't get the doors open far enough. So that's going to be it for today. Thank goodness, because This thing's fought me the entire way. Everything has. But I mean, you know, hey, it's a lot of it's my own fault too. So anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, guys, my luck continues. I left my microphones on all night last night, and well, they're dead. So now I got to charge them up. All I got is the microphone and the phone here. I hope you guys can hear me well. I'm gonna knock one of these wheels out real quick, and I'm not gonna bore you to death with all of them. So let's just jump into this, and I'll probably put you on a time lapse for it, knock it out real quick, and we'll show you the final product. That's it. I got a few spots I'm going to have to clean up. Got some porosity in them where I didn't get the wheel cleaned up well enough. Got some junk in the welds, causes bubbles and stuff like that, and I know that's going to wind up leaking. But anyway, you saw me weld the slots first and then weld the outer part of the rim. So then I went back where the slots were and put an extra bead on top of that. I'm probably going to wind up having to do one more, just to kind of get everything evened out. I'll try to even out everything with a grinder off camera. Got my anti-cone tabs bent up, and I made these things too long on purpose because I wasn't quite sure how thick the beads were on my tires. So we're probably going to wind up, after I weld these up, probably have to machine these down. And I think that's all I'm going to show for this one. But you guys get the gist of it. Here's the outer ring that'll go on it. I don't know what else there is to say. It's a bead lock. All right, guys, I got my microphones again. I've been grinding pretty much all morning long on these wheels, and I gotta say, man, I'm sick of it. Sick of grinding dust, breathing it, getting it all over me, all over the floor, all over everything in the shop. I've wore my flap disc out. I said, you know what? I've got a mill, so why don't I just use that? So I'm just basically, what I'm trying to do here is I'm just trying to get the weld down to a level surface all the way around, so the backside of the tire bead has got a, you know, an even surface to clamp to, so kind of cuts down on leaks, hopefully. But anyway, I've got a mill, so it's going to take just as long as grinding because it's just a manual mill with high-speed steel tooling. But it's going to make a lot less mess. So I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse for that. Moment of truth. Put a little bit of soapy water on there, a little bit of air. You can see that. That's a little pinhole right there. All right. Now everywhere that I find a leak, I'm going to put a little scribe mark right there. So right there I got a mark. We know we've got leaks right there. All right, so we found a few leaks, and to be honest with you, I mean, it wasn't unexpected. To be honest with you, I mean, I thought there would be more, but I've got a few options that I can go with from here. One is just take the TIG welder and just go over the top of this and just melt the surface, and that would probably fix it. Another one is I could use some JB Weld to kind of just smear over this surface to seal it off, or I could use bead sealer. Not really sure what I'm going to do yet, guys. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish machining all of them and checking for leaks and kind of think on it overnight and come back in here tomorrow and kind of commit to one of them. So that'll be in the next clip for you guys. See you then. I hope this works. I figure the worst that can happen is I'll have a mess on my hands to clean up. So hopefully this will seal them up. All right, guys. I came out here with every intention of using the TIG welder to just melt the surface of the weld, or the MIG weld that's on here already. But something it kept zapping me every time I tried to use it, and it's got to be a ground problem. But I took the ground clamp off of it, cleaned the ground wire or whatever, put it back on there, and it would still do it. And I'm just going to be honest with you guys. I'm tired. It's Sunday. I need a day off. So JB Weld got the nod. I read several threads over on Pirate 4x4 where guys have used the JB Weld to seal up their DIY beadlocks, and they all said it works great. So that's what I'm going to give it a try. You got to remember, it's not really being anything structural. All it's doing is just sealing air from coming from this side and going through that way. So this should do the trick. I mean, even though it looks ghetto as all get out, but I mean, hey. Those guys have had good luck with it, so maybe I will too. The bad part about this stuff is that it says that it dries in 4 to 6 hours. So I think what I'm going to do is just let this dry. I'm going to take the rest of the day off before I have to go back to work tomorrow. And hopefully I'll see you guys next week if you come back for some more of my boring videos. So again, I hope to see you next week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.